Welcome to Active Sports TV. You're now tuned in and rocking out with your host, Active. You see it in the title. We got an explosive episode for y'all, man. And as I go ahead and take care of these errands and I'm out here in these streets, why not give you my reaction to what's taking place, man, and all of the saga surrounding the WBC, Mauricio Sulaiman stripping the undisputed Terence Crawford, man. I don't understand, bro. It's fraudulent activity right off the bat. And your boy Active, man, it's been long overdue. I got to give you my reaction. So stay tuned. I'm about to go ahead and put in the work. Let's go ahead and get into it. Mauricio, really? What make you so special? What make you so special? Terence Crawford already set the record straight. Went ahead, went to his YouTube page, man, Instagram, posted a live addressing you cats, and then rightfully so. What's up with all of this sanctioning fees and all of these double percentages on top of the standard percentage, dog? It makes no sense. Bud ain't no goofy. You ain't marking nothing out over here. Team Crawford, man, they ain't put in the work. They ain't asking for too many favors. They got it out the mud. And if you was giving favors, Mauricio, why it take so long? That's my question. Your host Active about to go ahead and line them up, man. So, don't forget, man, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe button. I'm about to take off. Oscar, you want to come out talking about integrity, the man with the lowest of the low? Ain't you the same man representing Lion Ryan Trovo Garcia? Oh, I get it. It makes sense. You gotta do that. You accusing Terence Crawford of being on payroll, being a spokesman, excuse me, for Ring Magazine, Turkey Isle Sheet, and what they got going on, pushing boxing forward, trying to make it back the most legitimate sport in boxing, and well, at least the section and body in boxing, you know. And then you come out with your silly ass, excuse my French, talking about how Terence Crawford should be disgusted with himself. How could he walk around with the WBC title and then not pay sanctioning fees after being a boxer for all of this time? Now, Oscar, listen here, bro. What have you done for Terence Crawford's career? What has the WBC done for Terence Crawford's career where they can then dare come to him and ask for double the percentage more than every other sanctioning body, the WBO, the IBF, the WBA, all on board with one percentage, all agreed upon. But you saying that, seeming out of nowhere, pulling something out of your ass, trying to make this prestigious green belt because Floyd Mayweather carried it and represented it as so. That ain't flying in 2025, man. Especially with Terence Crawford, champ. You got to get it together, bro. You got to seriously get it together. Either take what was given or get nothing. It's that simple. Bud didn't say he wasn't going to pay you. He said he was going to pay exactly what he been paying you and nothing more, because he did nothing more to forward his career. And let's get into that, shall we? Everybody want to give credit all of a sudden to Mauricio Sulaiman like he was the reason why this fight took place between Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford, the fight of the century that Terence Crawford slaughtered, that I called it first over here on this channel. Canelo Alvarez in unanimous decision. Mauricio, we know this fight would have never, ever, ever had a possibility of taking place if the man named Turkey Al Sheikh never came to the sport of boxing. If it is no Turkey Al Sheikh, it is no Terence Bud Crawford, no Canelo Alvarez. You would not be able to afford that fight, Mauricio, even if you wanted to. Because Canelo told you many times, and we're going to get into that, he'll drop the belt if you force him to fight in mandatory. Ain't that why the WBC is known as the weirdo boxing crew? Because all they do is avoid mandatories. You won't say extra sanctioning fees because you believe you provide a certain privilege, but ain't asking for. So what we gonna pay for something that we ain't even gonna utilize? That don't make no sense. Bud want all the smoke. Ben won all the smoke his whole entire career. And we all know this. So take the percentage that you're supposed to take or take absolutely nothing. I am 100% behind Terence Bud Crawford. And we need more boxers to believe in their craft and talent and take more control of their career. Listen, if you stand behind a janky promoter and you get got, it's on you. The fool is the fool. Now, Bud has, like Floyd Mayweather said back then, has given you the green print. No, Terence Bud Crawford has given you the blueprint of how you have to make sure you take full control of your career. That means you have to believe in yourself, fight all of your top opponents, all of the top contenders out there, all of the top champions in your division, dominate them, then come to the table and let them know what you're worth and what you're going to do. Because these folks work for you, the boxer. Remember that. So the Shakurs, the Devin Haney's, and look, Bill, Bill is an excellent father, manager, and promoter. You know, that shield that he got over his son, you gotta love it in the world of boxing, because when you see the scamming taking place with these so-called sanctioning bodies, then you have the groupies in the Golden Girls and the protection boxing champion program over there in the PBC, shaking hands and locking arms with Golden Boy, trying to make sure they keep their fighters relevant by any means necessary, even if it means increasing the sanctioning fees so that their fighters avoid mandatories. That's not how the sport need to go, bro. We'll never get the fights that boxing fans want following that program. We seen how it went before Turkey Al Sheikh got here. I was here before that time too. The glory days when everybody fought everybody. When Don King would had the heavyweight division popping. Everybody got in the ring and put it on the line. And at this point, the money is on the table. So this is why Bud is the most hated. It's not that he don't want to give up the money. It's not that he ain't gonna pay the 300K plus 100K asked to him by Mauricio Sulaiman, damn near $500,000. What does Mauricio Sulaiman leave the glue alone, Joe? And Oscar, leave everything you got going on alone. Leave it absolutely alone. Go check in and do what you have to do to get where you get. Just get help, Oscar. You are the least that what you want to hear from when it comes to integrity, when it comes to the sport of boxing and the embarrassment of boxing, representing Lion Robbie Trouble Garcia, sitting here getting a now title shot. Who's involved in that? Huh? Who's giving out that title against the champion Mario Barrios, who's already coming off 2 draws, representing the PBC? Listen here, man. We not goofies. We not dumb. Boxing fans are educated today, and we letting it's bullshit, Oscar, Mauricio, the WBC. You're making yourself look bad. Where's the receipts? The claims of you're taking care of retired fighters. What fighters? I see documentaries popping up all over YouTube, and I'm quite sure the boxing world do just as much as I do. Of these fighters talking about they don't have any money, brain damage, hospital fees. Come on, man. We don't gotta go all the way in depth on that. We know that y'all throwing salami and lobsters and steaks and all of that everywhere y'all go. Bud and exposed you, and they ain't paying the boxers. The boxers is paying for all of this on their dime, and you expecting a boxer of Bud caliber to sign up for that? Cut out. When he ain't never done it, no, not one point in time in his whole career. Cut it out. You boys, where y'all been at? Where y'all been at? And nothing gonna change. And to all of the other boxers, pocket holding and pocket watching, Lion Ryan Garcia, you gotta say and do whatever they tell you to do. I mean, you're not a champion. You're not a high caliber fighter. No one's checking for you. You're a cheat. You know, you're everything wrong with the sport of boxing. So don't mention nothing with integrity when it comes to anything that sounds like that. Shouldn't come out of Ryan's mouth at all, whatsoever. Oscar, you second that. Mauricio Sulaiman, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. Exposing yourself, exposing your greed. We didn't have to get all the way to this point, but the boxing fans is gonna ride with Bud 100%. And that's what I got to say about it. So this your boy Active Man, giving you my quick response. Earl, you know, Frank Martin getting probably knocked out of a year. You know what I mean? Shout out to them boys, but I was discussing in the interview that I heard from Earl Spence, bro. Listen, in it, you play your cards how you supposed to play them, bro. You never expose your hand. What's the point of mentioning something need to be done if you don't do nothing about it when it needs to be done? But mention it and done something. You mentioned it and didn't follow up with no action. That's the difference. So don't try to come back on out here to the boxing public, making it seem like you done something for the first time when you didn't. You talked about it, but you wasn't about it. And yeah, that wasn't a good look for you, chat. But that's your boy Active Man on this one, man. All of the groupies signing up for the Weirdo Boxing Crew. Shout out to y'all. May y'all get all of the protection y'all need because Turkey Al Sheik is here to expose. You can't hide for long. So if you want the bag, you better you better bring yourself to the ring and get it on. So your boy Active out of here, man. Deuces. You know what it is over here. Stay activated. Your boy got to get back to these errands. I'm up out of here.